Economic empowerment of the marginalized and the poor has been instrumental in raising the incomes of communities around the world. With most African countries still grappling with extreme poverty and marginalization of women and youth, there has been a pressing need for mitigation from both the government and non-government actors. In Kenya, the Navigators EPTF Kenya Trust has been a major actor in helping uplift the lives of different communities in the country. The story of EPTF started in 1991 with the dream of training, mentoring, and offering business development support to entrepreneurs in urban and rural areas.
EPTF Kenya Trust is a ministry of Navigators Kenya, whose calling is to advance the gospel of Jesus and his kingdom. And EPTF is one of their ministries whose vision is to see empowered entrepreneurs restoring dignity and in families and communities. We do this by giving entrepreneurship development trainings. We do this by giving life training. We are also interested in introducing people to sustainable agricultural practices, and also those who will be interested in vocational and other technical skills.
As they interacted with communities in Moiben, EPTF saw the need to improve agriculture as a business in order to improve the livelihoods of farmers. With support and funding from Assist through Center for Church-Based Development Denmark, EPTF launched the Sustainable Agricultural Practices Project in Moiben Sub-County, Uasin Gishu County in February 2018. The aim of the project was to train marginalized groups who mainly included women and youth in sustainable agricultural practices and financial literacy.
When EPTF came into this community, we saw how the level of living standards were quite low. Majority of the people had very low levels of education. Also, there was no people not included in the financial services. Also, there are also issues to do with the cultural aspects, whereby the men basically handled money issues, and the women were not allowed to, to participate in even things like beekeeping. The youth were also, the culture here is that the youth, the land belongs to the man of the house, and even the young men have to get, permission to do anything in the farm. So the life standards were quite low, and that's why EPTF saw it's an opportunity to come and interact with the community, give the support that we give in terms of training, but also more focusing on the agricultural aspect.
The SAPS project was initiated to achieve three main objectives: training the members in sustainable agricultural practices, help in formation and running of producer associations, and imparting knowledge on how to advocate for community rights and development from the government.
SAPS projects has three main objectives. Objective one has been mainly training them on the basic principles of beekeeping, basic principles of poultry production, and basic principles of kitchen gardening. The three identified value chains, we train them on best production exercises, linking them to the markets. Objective two has been mainly on the group dynamics, that is grouping them together, working together as a team, and we've managed to facilitate formation of a CPO called Paratet Kavatishit CPO. Alongside that, we've been able to regroup them into small groups of 10 to 15 members, where they've been able to register self-help groups within the CPO. So essentially, we've been trying to make these groups to save and access credit very easily, because these are the members who are vulnerable, that they cannot be able to access credit very easily. So we train them on table banking, so that they can be able to borrow from themselves. And they grow this pool of funds so that by the end of the year they are able to purchase substantial inputs alongside the 3 identified value chains that we train them. Objective 3 has been mainly, we've been focusing on 2 aspects. One of the aspects has been lobby of the community, that having one voice. After grouping them into a CPO, they have bargaining power and they have lobby skills so that they can be able to engage the county government and even national government on the initiatives that the government should support in relation to agricultural practices in the community.
The project targeted 200 members in order to train them in 3 main value chains: kitchen gardening, beekeeping, and poultry farming. Through this project, EPTF was able to provide 400 one-day-old chicks, 20,000 tree seedlings to help in environmental conservation, and also establish a link between the members and beehive, kitchen garden, and poultry dealers who would offer farm inputs at subsidized prices, for example, beehives, seeds, and poultry feeds.
Katika hii group yetu tulianza 2018 na vile tulianza tukajifunza mambo mengi sana. Haya magroup ya EPTF wakaingia wakatufunza jinsi ya kufuga nyuki, na already wametupea msaada, tumepewa kwa group na tumeona hiyo. Zamani wase ama wakukaa yetu walikuwa ni ngumu sana kumchukua mama kufuna hiyo asali. Sasa kwa vile walikuwa naweka miti hiyo msinga mbali sana, na vile EPTF walitufunza hiyo msinga inaweza kuchengwa ikuwe karibu, kila mtu anaweza kufuna hiyo msinga. Tunaweza kufuna hiyo asali na tuuze ili tupate fedha, na hiyo fedha itatusaidia kwa watoto wetu. Kama fees unalipa hapo hivi, kama umelemewa na pesa kidogo.
Penye EPTF walijoin hii group yetu, tukapenda hao na venye maoni yao tukapenda, alafu tukaamua tujihusishe, tuendelee tufanye kazi pamoja nao. Wakatuambia za project ya miti, kuku na mizinga, tukaamua tuendelee nao. Hapo mbeleni nilikuwa nanunua hizo kuku ya kienyeji, alafu zilikuwa zina grow polepole, hazikuwa zina grow kama hizo ya improved kienyeji. Ilikuwa inakula chakula lakini haigrow. EPTF walitupatia kama group kuku 300 ya 1 day old. Sasa hii ni miezi 2.5 na tunaendelea kulea, alafu tuziuze ikiwa na 6 months. Sasa hii venye hiyo project ya kuku imefika, sikuwa najua hizo dawa ya kuku, lakini sasa hii nimejua kutibu. Alafu hii project ya kuku imeweza kutusaidia, tukiuza hiyo kuku sasa itatuongezea pesa kwa group yetu ituinue juu.
Tulipoanza hii group yetu tulianza na table banking. Kama hatukujua tutapata watu ya kuja kutubunza siku moja, tukaendeleza table banking mpaka siku moja mama mmoja anaitwa Juliana akatambia hivyo watu ng'ambi naitwa EPTF na hivyo kijana anaitwa Kibet, tukaambia yeye tuitie, akatuitia. Kijana naye akakuja kutufunza kabisa, akafunza sisi, nasema sasa endeleeni kwa table banking, endeleeni tuko tukasave tukipata loan na fanya nini na shika loan, mpaka wakati sasa tukaanza kujua sasa jinsi ya kulima. Sababu huyu alisema alinifunza kwanza French beans na beans, mimi mwenyewe nikaanza hiyo, nikakuwa mkulima ya shamba. EPTF akatusukuma kabisa mpaka sasa tukaenda sasa kupata mafunzo mengi, tukapanda mboga, akatuonesha kalenda ya kuangalia namna ya kupanda, namna ya wakati ya kuvuna. Haya mpaka record pivot yetu tunaangalia tumepata hasara ama hatupata hasara. Sasa unaenda mpaka una breakdown, unaandika, unaona unapata faida ama hapana, tukaona hiyo faida, naendelea. Lakini maneno ya beans na French beans yananibaitisha sana, nilipata faida zaidi. Nilituma mtoto shule, mimi mwenyewe nimekula vizuri, navaa vizuri, mpaka wamama wengine sasa wakaanza kupanda beans.
This has created gainful livelihoods for the members and has also helped in breaking the cultural barriers and political participation which curtailed women and youth from participating in decision-making and development.
Before EPTF ni kwamba tulikuwa hatujui mbele wala nyuma. Kupata vitu kama hizo mzinga, hatukuwa tunajua, tulikuwa tunajua tu ni wazee wakongwe ndio wako nazo. Lakini hatukujua hata kumbe hata mama ama rika zangu ama watoto wetu wanaweza kuwa nazo, lakini vile tulipata EPTF waliweza kutusponsor na kutupatia hizo vitu ambayo alituambia kwamba mkiitumia vizuri itakuwa ni zenu, mtauza itakuwa zenu, pesa tutazipata na tutazipeleka kwa zile table bank ambayo tulikuwa tunajifunza naye.
EPTF was also able to reach out to the members with the gospel of Jesus Christ in order to transform lives.
EPTF comes into the Navigators as an arm that reaches deep into the lost. We desire to reach into the lost, where the lost really are. The frontiers, as we call them, the rural people, the urban majority, those people who probably in our conventional way of doing ministry will never ever reach them. Agriculture serves 75% of Kenyan population, and SAPS just did a little bit of that in Moiben area. Introducing chicken, introducing beekeeping, introducing vegetable farming in the smallholder farmers, reaching about 200 of them, opened a big door for the ministry of the Navigators.
At the end of the project, EPTF organized an event to recognize and award certificates to the participants of the project. During the event, members were encouraged to continue with the projects already initiated and also train other members of the community.
Tumejifunza mambo mengi. Unajua wanasema knowledge is power. Na mara nyingi tunapopata mafunzo kama haya yanasaidia sana. Wanasema ukielimisha mama unaelimisha jamii. Kwa sababu tumemaliza leo hapa, hatujamaliza kazi. So mafunzo iendelee kwa vikundi vingine kwa wenye wamepata certificate siku ya leo.
With an informed and an empowered community, there is hope that poverty and marginalization will be eradicated, thereby contributing to restoration of dignity to homes and the community.
Washangilieni, wacheni wivu.
Bongo iweje yuko ikotuye nekodituye lokukyo akbetule mye neuni nekikekay koi kasarta nebo kokikerani